In this episode, what about last wedding season?
Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland.
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
We, wedding ceremony experts, aka Celebrants Daphne and Jasperien, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening. Yeah, what about last wedding season? Jasperien, do tell. What are your experiences?
It was fabulous, of course. After 2 years of yes, no, especially we're not going to get married, people get married again, which of course meant that, as you did, I had weddings that had been postponed for about 3 years. People you've been in contact with for 3 years, people whose lives had changed, or bridal couples whose lives had changed after in 3 years' time, which was which of course meant that the wedding speech, as I prepared it, couldn't be the same anymore.
Oh, it wasn't up to date.
It wasn't up to date.
Yeah.
But of course, it's always fun to stay in touch, which I did over the COVID period. But it was like almost a new speech that you had to prepare. But I had lots of them. I had so many nice weddings. It was a fabulous season that started in February already with a Bavarian Dutch wedding couple, lovely couple, and that finished in November, end of November, with a Dutch Italian couple.
Oh, wow. A
And
pretty long season then.
it was a pretty long season, and it was a wonderful season with so many different types of weddings, small weddings, big weddings, the intimate beach wedding. It was just lovely. It was fabulous. And probably maybe in the next episode we'll talk about it. But I will have to mention the I think the most epic wedding I had last year, which was a Gothic wedding in Amsterdam of an English couple, and it was a day organized to perfection.
Oh, wow.
It was fabulous. It was all in the Gothic and Japanese anime style. The couple really outlived their wildest dreams, and as I said, it was executed to perfection. The flowers, the decoration, the
So no
outfits.
pastels or
No
pinks
pinks, no
or...
pales. It was dark. It was dark reds. It was purples, dark greens. Um, I didn't wear my usual wedding robe. I,
What
I,
did you
I,
wear?
oh, I wore black. I was in a black dress.
Yeah.
I had, heavy black eye makeup, eyeshadow, eyelines, lipstick. The nails were black. I wore Doc Martens shoes, but this spectacle was really the bride and the groom. Um, the groom is always, they have a suit and that's it, and all eyes go to the bride.
Yeah.
But in this case, I must say that all eyes went to the groom. He had a fabulous designed outfit. It was designed by an Amsterdam designer. He had a wing made of beautiful black feathers made by Chanel. It was absolutely spectacular. It was dark. It was rough. But beautiful. It was aneme. It was Gothic. It was fabulous. The bride was gorgeous, gorgeous. She had a lovely, lovely dress. But the groom, I don't think I will see a groom like this for a long time to come. So
I've seen the pictures, and if you're listening or watching on YouTube and you're curious, do check out Jasperin's Instagram account because I'm
Mm.
sure she will share some of the
I will. I'm
wonderful
going to post it
pictures.
in in a month's time. I'm previewing that I'm going to post something about that wedding because
Yeah.
I have to. So that was very nice. I tried the Basque language for the first time this year,
Mm.
which brought tears to the cheeks of those Basque people present. It
Oh,
was
wow.
challenging, but they were very emotional about it, and they really loved that I took the effort, make the effort to actually do that. So that was lovely. I really, really enjoyed that.
That's
Uh,
so attentive because then the guests feel really seen and
yes,
appreciated if you
yes,
make that effort.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you make that effort. Yeah.
And this is such a different language, which it
Mhm.
doesn't relate to any other language in Europe, really. So for me, that was a challenge. But I have some friends who are Basque and who actually speak it, so they taught me, and it was lovely. It was really good.
Oh, wow.
And as I said, the tears over the cheeks, and which meant they were touched by it and they understood, which
They
is of
understood you.
course
Yeah, yeah.
very important. I married one of my best friends, which was of course very exciting. It was a hot day. That was the hottest day of the year. So they I didn't have to wear my wedding robe. I just wore the beautiful summer dress that I picked for that occasion. So that was good because it was very, very hot.
And
You talked
extra
about,
personal.
oh, so personal. Yes. When normally I go the extra mile, but now I had to go another extra mile
Yeah.
because you just want to make it perfect. Um, I've been everywhere this year. I've from Amsterdam to the Veluwe, beautiful country house. It was lovely, perfectly organized, beautiful flowers as well. They were the pinks and the pales, but they were gorgeous. So and a winter wedding to finish.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was saying at the end of November I had a winter wedding. That was in Amsterdam as well, and that was Italian and Dutch. Um, and fun thing maybe to say, well, fun. It ended well. The bride had some family from the United States, and I think they were in The Hague, and they had to come to Amsterdam.
Hmm.
They were taking a taxi or a car, and I don't know. Well, you must have noticed in the news that you had all these activist groups sticking themselves to
Yeah.
paintings. Well, at
Blocking
that
the highway.
blocking the highway, that is exactly what happened on that day.
Oh,
So
no.
they came all the way to the Netherlands, arrived perfectly on time, spent a day in The Hague, wanted to come to Amsterdam, and then they were in a big traffic jam because someone, attached himself or herself to the highway.
Oh,
So
dear.
they were late, and fortunately, they were not too late. We waited for about 15 minutes. That was okay. That was doable. We agreed that with the couple, if they don't arrive within 15 minutes, then we will just start because of course you have to take into account the rest of the program. But
Yeah.
they arrived, and it was good fun. It was a lovely, vibrant crowd. The ceremony was in English, a tiny bit in Dutch, and then Italian as well. So everyone felt truly connected. There was a lot of laughter. Amazing bride. She had the most fabulous shoes, which perfectly reflected her character. Very original and very vibrant. So that was. I ended the year on a high.
Wow. Sounds like you really enjoyed the season.
Oh yeah, great season.
And have you experienced some details during wedding ceremony or in the process before the wedding ceremony that you say, oh, well, that might be something well to take into consideration when you're preparing for your own wedding?
Yes, yes. Going back to the Gothic wedding,
Hmm.
the groom had to make a pit stop to the toilet. during the wedding ceremony. So,
Oh dear.
lesson for all grooms and brides, please make sure that you go to the toilet before the wedding ceremony. We had a good laugh, but it's more practical if you do it beforehand. So
I
if
can
you,
imagine you get a bit restless when you
yeah,
need to go.
yeah, and I saw
Like
that.
now.
I saw that. Yes,
Yeah.
and so we stopped the ceremony and. He actually went to the toilet and came back, and then we continued.
Totally relieved.
Yes, yes, and that it was fun. It didn't disrupt the ceremony so much. It was because it was a good crowd and we laughed about it. But it's better to do it beforehand. Um, Otherwise, I love weddings that are organized well. And you can really see the difference when you have a wedding planner organizing your wedding day. A professional makes a difference. It really does. I've seen it a few times. If you have a DIY wedding, it's lovely, but things go wrong, and then the bride and groom are trying to sort things out because they organized everything themselves. And it's what you said in the previous episode about the double role. It puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So having
it's
someone,
it's a quite a responsibility to take
yeah,
on. And
yeah,
when you work together with a professional, they do not only have the keen eye for detail, but they have like a proactive way of thinking and
yes,
doing and acting.
they avoid that things happen.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of is avoided before the wedding
Yeah,
ceremony
yeah,
almost.
exactly.
And when something does happen, they have the experience and the knowledge and the network to find a solution
Yeah, yeah,
pretty quick,
yeah.
often without the bridal couple even noticing anything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it does make a difference. And talking about professionals, the one other thing that I would really recommend my couples, I've heard from a couple I worked with this summer that they didn't make good how do you say it, talks. They didn't talk well to the photographer,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't communicate well enough what they expected the wedding photographs to reflect. So in the end, when they got the pictures, they were missing some stuff. They were missing
Oh,
moments that they would have loved to have seen. And also, they didn't communicate with the wedding photographer about a wedding album. So in the end, all they got were the photographs, and they have to sort out their wedding album themselves, which of course is a
oh,
lot of fun because going through all the pictures is great because it brings back all the memories, but it's also a lot of work.
it
And
is. So
since
the details of the deal weren't talked through.
yes, well
Yeah,
enough, well
well
enough.
enough. Yeah.
So investing in a good photographer is one thing, and
Mm-hmm.
this photographer was an excellent photographer. But talking about what she actually, or what a photographer actually does for you during the day, after, and the album is vital. It's very important.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, to sum it all up, make use of the bathroom before the ceremony
yep,
and do hire a professional to make sure everyone is relaxed
yep,
during the wedding
yeah,
day
yeah,
and really communicate your expectations, not only with the photographer, but with every vendor for your
yes,
wedding
yes.
ceremony.
To avoid surprises because all you want is a perfect day.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Talk
Well, and
soon.
that's it for our episode, I think, Jasperien.
Yes,
If you have any questions for us, do get in touch. You
let
can
us
find
know.
the details on our Instagram account, How to Get Married in Holland. And we hope to answer your question soon.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask wedding celebrants Daphne or Jasperien. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.